Thank you to my friend Dr. Kwong and Congresswoman Byrne for their tireless work in promoting awareness of the human rights situation in Vietnam. I am proud to take part in this occasion, and it's been my privilege to do so for 11 years now. I'm proud to represent Radio Free Asia, which despite the many obstacles thrown up by the Vietnamese government, continues to deliver unfettered news that Vietnamese people seek. Most of all, I'm proud to share this occasion today with our friends in the Vietnamese American community and all of you here. Your strong support of Radio Free Asia and our mission over the years has made progress possible in Vietnam and beyond. Before I give my remarks, I must take an opportunity to commemorate the passing of Dr. Nguyen, the first director of RFA Vietnamese. His wife is here and our hearts are with her. Dr. Vic created Radio Free Asia's Vietnamese series. He retired in 2003 but remained a constant presence at RFA, visiting us only a few days prior to his passing on March 2nd. We dearly miss Dr. Vic, his work, his contribution, and his friendship. And our hearts are always going to be with Mrs. Vic as she continues his work. Thank you. For 19 years, RFA has been delivering free press to the people of Vietnam. The challenges in Vietnam for any journalistic organization are many, and they are tough. The government of Vietnam tightly controls all media inside the country. Authorities show little restraint when they jail activists and bloggers who express themselves online. This includes the recent sentencing of an RFA contributing blogger, Nguyen Giang, for 4 years in prison under the vague law of Penal Code Section Article 88. He posted criticism of the government online, and the authorities cited his contribution to Radio Free Asia at his sentencing. Article 88 is basically a legal excuse used to arbitrarily ensnare and incriminate peaceful activists and citizens. Another RFA blogger, contributor that we are dearly saddened to have, Nguyen Giang and his wife who is here today. He was arrested in December, brutally beaten, and awaits his so-called trial. I raise these cases today because Vietnam has been trying to improve its image with a recent show of releasing political prisoners and critics, lowering their numbers of jailed and punished. But I say there are too little things to celebrate. The targeting, the harassment, the arrests, and the trials continue. And free press and free expression remain under fire in Vietnam. RFA's reporters are not allowed in the country, and our in-country contributors and their families are under threat. But we're still here, and we are still fighting. Let me share a couple of encouraging signs at RFA because I hate it when I come here every year, and it's so sad to talk about the human rights violations that keep going on in Vietnam. Later this month, there's going to be a parliamentary election for seats in the one-party system in Vietnam. RFA revealed that more than a dozen self-nominated candidates, including those not associated with the Communist Party, are likely to run. We see this as a growing wish for independent voices in the government, voices who are willing to fight the restrictions and pressure to sit quietly by on the sidelines. In our video series called Vietnam Through the Lens, we've managed to profile more than 20 courageous young dissidents in Vietnam so far, who refuse to be deterred in their work. To do our work, we rely on solid journalism and the brave, on-the-ground, in-country contributors and sources. They provide us with the accounts, as well as the images and the videos that enable us and our audiences in Vietnam to get closer to the news as it happens, despite the government. Each month, more than 5 million people watch RFA videos on YouTube, with more than 70% coming from inside Vietnam. And they engage. Social media gives people access to our content, But more importantly, it is a forum for our listeners to express themselves and to communicate directly with us and with each other. They remind us of why we are in Vietnam and what really matters. They say they're not afraid to express themselves with Radio Free Asia on their side. We will always be on the side of dissenting voices, and let's continue to make progress together for the sake of the great voices, for the sake of improving human rights in Vietnam, and for the sake of the Vietnamese people, all of them. Thank you.